So my mother went around telling people I was bipolar and having an episode and needed to be institutionalized or thrown in jail. But she was the one leaving manic voicemails and emails. So check out the end of this for all the emails my mother sent me when I left her house and a voicemail as well. I'm going to preface all of this by saying I did have access to my mom's car once I got my license in high school up until a certain point, even after I graduated high school. She did give me access to her car randomly. And I also had access to the bank accounts throughout high school and even after high school. Now, with this in mind, I did use her car twice to move some of my things out of her home once I finally left the house. And I will admit, I did take funds out of the bank account after I left the house because part of my mentality was I deserved it and I didn't want to starve. Because keep in mind, I wasn't getting money to like splurge. I was just getting money to like survive because I didn't have a job at the time. Looking back, I probably could have gotten food and necessities from other people. I think I was just too embarrassed and upset with the fact that people didn't believe me that these things were happening to me when I finally did ask people for help. And also, I didn't know anybody with a truck, but again, I'm sure instead of like going back and forth to that house over time to get things out slowly, I could have just asked somebody to help take make several trips. I was just trying to move when she was not there, and that was hard to do. Okay. Also, did check with police. The police did say that I could take everything that was given to me, even though it was in my mother's house. Now, after I flunked spring 2011, I did go back home. I literally didn't think that I had any other options. And while I wasn't getting physically harmed, I was being verbally harmed, being told to get ready to go back to school, even though I was not in any state of mind to go back to school. So when June comes by, I'm needing a break. I go out with my boyfriend, now husband. His name is Huey, um, and we're high school sweethearts. So I go out with him 5 minutes from my mother's house to a high school friend's house. And I tell my great grandfather where I'm going. I tell him I'll be back. He's fed, he's taken care of, he's fine. He can do things for himself, by the way. And I tell him my mom will be home soon. And I go. I come back home around 11 p.m. Keep in mind, I had no curfew. I never had a curfew growing up because I never went out. But also, like the rare times where I did go out, I came home at a decent hour. I didn't come home at 1, 2, 3 a.m. My mother is standing in the driveway. She's yelling about my behavior, how disrespectful I am, how disrespectful it was to leave my great grandfather, how I did this and that and this and that and this and that. And I'm just standing in shock, honestly, because we had never, it had never happened outside of the house or the car. So this is the first time something is happening outside and the neighbors can hear. And she reaches for my arm and she's trying to take my MacBook from me. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? And she like almost breaks my wrist because she wants that MacBook back so bad. And I get on my phone, I call Huey back, I get on my phone again, and I call anybody I can. It's late, so I only get one person to answer the phone. Their parents live 10 minutes away from my mom's house. And that is where I slept. And I woke up the next day with a plan. Thankfully, my RA from when I went to Alabama School of Fine Arts in 8th grade talked to their parents, and I was able to stay with them in North Birmingham. And I stayed there for several months, and then I left to stay with a high school friend because I thought I was transitioning. I thought that I was going to be able to make enough money and transition into my own space, and it didn't work out that way. So while I stayed in North Birmingham, I ended up working at Hooters. My mom hated it, and I didn't care because I needed a job and it was the quickest job I could get. And honestly, looking back, it's actually the best job I had. More on that another day. She literally thought that somebody told me to work there. She thought like I was being manipulated. And eventually I make enough money and I decide, okay, like, okay, I've been living in North Birmingham with this family for a while. I don't want to like overstay my welcome. I end up staying with a high school friend, and my mother finds out, talks to their dad, probably lies to them, telling them that I'm bipolar and she needs to get me institutionalized and jailed. And I've done all of this and I've stole all of this stuff from her that she literally gave to me. She ends up coming to pick me up because she's trying to literally take all my backpack off of me, the MacBook off of me. Like she's trying to take things from my person. And I'm like, whoa, get off of me. We fall onto my friend's bed, and I don't like hit her or anything. We're just like, moving. I go back home. I don't even think I was there a full 24 hours. And I end up back in North Birmingham staying with that family for a time before I finally move out and live with my first roommate. This was the final time I went back home. I hate that so many people didn't believe me, but the two or three people that did believe me saved my life.
Karen, tell me where you are. If you don't tell me where you are so I can come get you, I'm going to have you committed or have you arrested. Either way, you're going to go and get an evaluation. I'm trying to do this voluntarily, but you've pushed me too far, and I'm about to have a stroke. Yes, you knew when you posted that was inappropriate. You knew when you reposted it was inappropriate. And would I raise holy hell? I don't, probably not, because my dad was not feeling well, and neither was I. I've been telling you for months that we're both sick and that we're both tired, and we both have health issues, and this is not helping anything, not knowing where you are.